Washington. A matchup, but enough about Erin McDonald, the job she has done to jump it up. And here we go from Seattle, Washington, as Erin McDonald. Here's Williams having a career year into Ogwumike, who had 37 the other night. Nneka can't hit there, and the
matchup solo.
Expecting more than 18,000 fans today in Seattle. Always a terrific atmosphere. Nice find from McDonald, and Howard lays
to find the open player inside.
And a deflection there from Boston leads to a steal. Here comes McDonald, and a quick start for the Fever.
That's one of the things Indiana wants to do, is get up and down the floor.
5 assists while shooting 7 of 10 from 3. Here's Nneka, face-up jumper, rims out.
Indiana also choosing to trap in the on-ball screen situations.
McDonald has it deflected. Williams able to grab it. Gabby Williams in 2.6 per game. Erica Wheeler dances free and lays it in. And now the crowd here in Seattle. Here's Boston. Out to McDonald. Her three. No. Been an all-star this year. Gabby Williams, and that's something Noelle Quinn wants more of, that she has gotten this year from Gabby Williams. Calling her own number, being aggressive.
Yeah, I mean, she has become such a good offensive player, and you saw what she can do.
And she's really just continued to expand her game then in this league at this level following that. Here's Wheeler. Thought about the three. Williams trying to dance around McDonald. Oh, nice move. Wide open in the corner. Ogwumike gets the roll on the three.
Nneka Ogwumike coming off a game Friday where she had 37 points in the loss against LA in double overtime.
It was a thrilling game. First double OT game of the season in the W. And a foul here against Nneka. Producers in this league's history. It's Nneka Ogwumike, who's now 6th all-time in points. Mitchell misses the three, follows it up, bounces underneath, easy lay for Howard. Ogwumike, Austin comes up with another steal. Mitchell fires away, can't hit. Another offensive rebound for Indiana. That was something they really accessed in the first meeting against Seattle, had 15 of them. And Mitchell draws the whistle against Wheeler, then took a shot from road. Of late, last 8 road games, averaging over 25 points per, 50% from 3. Yes, Saturday it'll be Chicago in Indy. For more on these games, please go. Incredible to watch how this is going to unfold over the final month of the regular season as Matt McGore floats it in.
Great size. And
here's Boston. Boston, good look inside. Howard lays it in. Nobody in the league at 6'4" more assists than Aaliyah Boston.
An excellent passer, whether she's at the free throw line area or when she gets the ball on the block.
Ogwumike can't hit.
McDonald this time.
And knocked away, loose on the floor. McDonald after it, shovels to Howard, who just dropped it. Here comes Wheeler pounding it up the floor. Williams fires.
Full court.
Mitchell gives it up. McDonald can't knock it down. Indy 0 for 4 from 3 to begin this game. Lob it underneath. Then Wheeler blows the bunny. Players looking like they need a breather.
Yes.
Cunningham lays it in, going backdoor on Diggins.
Players and the bunny.
Indiana, midway through the first. Chloe Bibby getting ready to check in for Indiana. As Diggins gets on the board.
Really nice job rejecting the screen and going to her strong left side for the easy finish.
Diggins now a 7-time All-Star. Here's Boston. Howard couldn't handle it. Ace lobbing it ahead, and Williams finishes it.
Look at some of the players just walking down the floor. Absolutely.
Indiana's 4 turnovers that Seattle has turned into 7 points in this first. Mitchell blurs into the paint, missed the lay. Here comes Williams. Seattle second in the league in defensive turnover percentage. Only Phoenix forces more of them. And Mitchell.
She was their first call. She has been relentless, and she scored a career-high 27 points in a big win.
Some of our audience remembers, and some of them may not. Erin McDonald helped orchestrate one of the great Cinderella runs. Low seed, and was 1 point away from victory. She had a shot at the
fit in beautifully with this Indiana Fever team and what they want to do. Great high-low pass that time from Chloe. Front court with Mag Bagor and Malunga versus the smaller front court right now with Bibby at the 4.
Malunga, the rookie, number 2 overall pick, can't hit there. Malunga, 6'6", 19-year-old out of France. Has a really impressive skill set, has started to play better, getting more minutes of late. Mitchell wide open, short. And Williams,
corner.
Yeah. Gabby Williams storms inside, can't finish it. Follows it up into the arms of Bibby, just signed for the rest of the season by Indiana. Been a perfect fit at the stretch 4. Cunningham connects on a 3. Went field goal-less in the first.
Last 9 is shooting 49% from the three-point line. And she's
steal as well. And all other kinds of endorsements. Oh, beautiful get-ahead feed, but then knocked out of Indiana. And you can see Caitlin saying you were right in front of her. What made you chase?
Seattle has gone with their smaller lineup with Alicia Clark playing the 4th position.
And we should say on them with Tiffany Mitchell in off the bench. Clark has been in and out of the rotation of late for Seattle. She has really struggled this season, the accomplished veteran. Diggins unable to finish, and then gets a whistle on Boston. Aaliyah Boston frustrated. Remember, after that double overtime loss. Yes, I didn't think
But
Aaliyah
I didn't
did.
think Boston did, yeah.
Agreed. But Colson got her. I'm sure Indiana would prefer the foul assigned to Colson rather than Boston, but just the first for Aaliyah. Against Seattle, these teams will meet one more time. You gonna get Mitchell, jumper, that one's off as well. Kelsey Mitchell 0 for 5. Here's Hull, unable to finish on the drive.
That was left-footed, by the way, too.
Even more impressive. Wheeler can't finish the layup. Indiana trying to push the other way. Mitchell, pull-up jumper, still can't buy a bucket. 0 for 6 to begin this. Seattle, meanwhile, has missed its last 5 shots. Wheeler into the lane, kick out. Oh, good look. Clark in the corner.
Has to step in with confidence and drain.
A shot just 30% from 3 this season. Boston has the size on Mitchell. Boston able to finish plus the foul. They'll call an offensive foul on Boston, and now that is going to be her 2nd.
Fouls on Aaliyah Boston. How do you navigate this quarter in terms of her playing time?
Yeah, we've really got to see how it goes. We need to try to buy her some time with Dee on the floor, and we got to get her back in the game and go to her.
All right, thanks a lot, Steph. Always appreciate the time from Stephanie White, head coach of the Fever. Nice look inside. What a dish from Howard, and Duntis the hand.
Done beautifully there by Indiana.
Here's Wheeler. Off to Malunga. Wow. You see flashes of what the 19-year-old is capable of. The one-legged turnaround jumper.
And you just look at her frame, 6'6" and super long.
Cunningham connects on another 3.
And because of the trap on the on-ball screen, when you move the ball, you heard Sophie Cunningham talk about it, those looks will be there.
Good D there from Lexi Hull. And Stephanie White told us she just loved the way they have. Here's Clark. No. And Hull, the good boxing. Indiana, 9 assists on their 9 made field goals. Here's Duntis. Duntis maneuvering her way, couldn't quite slip it in. Rebound Clark. Here's Mitchell, nice hesitation, and then gets fouled as Tiffany Mitchell, the former member of the Fever, will shoot a pair.
Well, she saw that she had a 5
thing to remind our ABC audience when it comes to the WNBA this offseason. all but 2 veterans are. I'm not sure all of us have really taken the proper focus to understand what a frenzy it is going to be when it comes to player movement this particular offseason, CBA pending.
Free agency is going to be incredible.
And a whistle here against Seattle. Their deals with the new CBA, expecting a big pop in salary. You also don't know whether or not there's still going to be a core to keep players with their respective franchises. Here's Malunga. Nice moves inside. And some impressive flashes here from Dominique Malunga.
And you see how much her confidence has grown throughout the course of the season. She stepped in and posted hard, demanded the basketball. That's half the battle.
Holly?
Well, she's getting more regular minutes earlier in the game, as we see today. And we talked to her coach, Noelle Quinn, about why. She said she's 19. We had to get her in a rhythm, whether it's weight room, workout, film study, preparation, and you understand their system. She's just had incredible plays on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively, in this last stretch.
And 19 years old. I mean, it's just so young. Just recently became the youngest player in the Turkish team. Coming up this offseason and shooting nearly 2 blocks per. Wheeler works around the hedge. Magbagor a 3. That is way off. And it's out of bounds to Indiana. Separated by more than 4 points in this first half. Duntis fakes the 3 and drains the 2.
Tamiris Duntis, the last few games, the second she touches the basketball, her eye off, is just looking to be very aggressive offensively.
Gabby Williams, Skylar Diggins getting ready to check back in for Seattle. Mitchell, explosive drive, couldn't finish it. Lexi Hull is such a terrific rebounding guard. Knocked that to McDonald, who turns it into 2 with gas all the way to the cup.
Body to get Wheeler out of the way so that she could fling it in. The speed of Aari McDonald. She is
by the cheer here from the Seattle fans. I mean, one thing we know about this city, it has always been incredibly supportive of women's sports. We experienced that a couple of years ago. We're here when Caitlin Clark led Iowa to wins over Colorado and Louisville en route to her first Final Four. The atmosphere at the games here was just incredible. And it was interesting, Caitlin was actually on Rapinoe, their podcast, and she said she feels like that Louisville game when she had a 40-point triple-double was really kind of the game where her life changed and the attention on her really changed.
That's when the attention on all of women's basketball really started to change.
We actually organized Sue Bird to meet Caitlin Clark before that Louisville game.
Yes.
She had never met her before. We brought her in, surprised them at shoot-around. And so I think Sue Bird gets a little credit for Caitlin's, 40-point triple-double, because that was the day she got to meet her idols.
Before their Elite 8 matchup. Diggins gets denied, but a whistle, and there again, Skylar Diggins getting that whistle.
Howard right there trying to block her up top. The official saw some contact down.
From now through August 7th, enjoy a free League Pass preview and stream live games in the WNBA app with no subscription required. Scan the QR code to get the app. 30-26, Indiana leading Seattle. Here's McDonald. Bouncing out. Howard will try a 3. No. And it tilts out of bounds. Climate Pledge on August 17th here in Seattle.
Incredible. Certainly deserving.
Yes. Here's Agumake. Oh, the footwork. Nika Agumake. Some beautiful ballet to the bucket. Mitchell can't get that to drop either. Kelsey Mitchell 0 for 7 from the floor. Here's Wheeler. Flipping it out. Nneka off. Mitchell zipping inside. Gets that one to drop, plus the foul. Kelsey Mitchell finally on the board. If you were Indiana and you said, hey, you don't have Caitlin Clark, and Kelsey Mitchell's not going to have a field goal till late in the second quarter. And while Seattle hit its first attempt from 3, that was Nneka. They have missed their last 6. Both of these teams 16 and 12 Nneka able to fend off Aaliyah Boston, who's playing with 2 fouls and had to be careful.
Smart, intentionally attacked the player with 2 fouls.
That's a travel from McDonald, first turnover of the second quarter.
There they go.
Right back to Nneka. Ogwumike muscling in, spinning, couldn't finish it with the left hand, and then grabbing at her right bicep a bit. McDonald slides it off a foot. Indiana being extra cautious. We heard Holly give the update last weekend how Stephanie White wants to make sure Caitlin Clark gets some real good practice time before she returns. And if you look at the calendar, that would be more likely to happen towards the back half of the month of August as Caitlin works her way back. But I thought it was interesting, Rebecca, having the conversation with Stephanie White about how they're playing now and how so well when she gets back.
She talked about how fast the Fever play end to end when Caitlin is on the floor, and then when she's off the floor, how they move the ball, and you know how the ball finds its way back to the shooters. She also talked about the gravity that Caitlin has on the floor. Like, you can just run one action and you tilt the entire defense and get a good look. How you have to go to multiple sides and multiple actions, and how her team has gotten very good at that.
Holly?
Well, Stephanie White did give us a small update on Caitlin. The full speed running the last 4 or 5 days. Still not doing full basketball activities, but there has been some progress made recently.
Yeah, good to see that for sure, Holly. Thanks so much. As Boston, that's a tough bucket. Able to sneak it in around McBagor.
Game before Caitlin re-injured herself, and how good Indiana looked when Caitlin was on the court, and then in the minutes when she was on the bench as well. It felt like they were really bringing it together.
Yeah, everything was humming. Ogwumike in at the jumper. Wow! Tiffany Mitchell getting in there aggressively. And, I mean, is a whistle going to blow? Or was that not a foul? So Cunningham will jump it up with Mitchell. Terrific effort by Mitchell. And now it's going to... And a loose ball foul against Seattle. Indiana's in the bonus, so is Seattle's. Cunningham, it's the first free throw. Sophie 2 for 2. Cunningham with those free throws matches the largest lead of the game for either team. It's 6. 10 points for Cunningham. Lob it inside, knocked away by McDonald.
We'll see some more movement. We saw some yesterday.
Yeah.
Was that this morning?
This morning, Dejanay Carrington on her way to Minnesota. Boy, do the Lynx look good. You just hope that Afisa Collier is okay. How about Mitchell picking the pocket? Forgot to take it with her. McDonald has it. Oh my! An unconventional highlight as Boston finishes it. Wild sequence. And it bears fruit at the end for the Fever. Mitchell, no. McDonald. Off to Boston. And off Mitchell. 2-for-1 opportunity here for Indiana. Howard, great position, and lays it in, just able to shed Williams.
Also
able to come back in this game.
Yeah, as you guys talked about, the points in the paint, so a couple of roads. Howard was super efficient. And that reflection push for the second half of this game. But I got to utilize our bench. Dom played some really good minutes, so hopefully we could get some good stuff out of her in the second half.
All right, Noe, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
certainly saw some nice bounce and just going right over Aaliyah Boston.
You brought it up before, though, and to Noe there. Double overtime game and then a day game today. Cunningham again. And Sophie Cunningham 3 for 3 from deep. 9-point Indiana lead. Wheeler had a poke from behind. She's given Brent and his hoodie a run for its money.
No, she doesn't hide the snacks.
That's
like
right.
Her dad did, though.
Right, her dad had the secret snack compartment.
The snack pouch.
Holly, you got a little something on the bounce back for Seattle after that double OT, because Nneka, she looks just fine.
Did a film session and just a light walkthrough at 11 a.m. yesterday, but I thought it was interesting. Noelle Quinn told us that Skylar Diggins was here at 7 a.m. doing Pilates, so I don't think they're too tired, but she has been very judicious in her use of the bench and making sure she has that energy late in the game when they need it.
I mean, when you talk about work ethic and fitness, Skylar Diggins as good as it gets as Williams rattles in the jumper. When you look at Nneka and Skylar, the shape that they maintain throughout the course of a season, all these years into their career, so impressive as McDonald spins it in, plus the foul, and Ari McDonald a chance for three.
Where did she get to, Ryan? Ari out of Ari's house, she just got to her house.
You know, you set me up with a beautiful lob, and I just...
Whiff.
Just 10 points combined between Mitchell and Boston, and yet Indiana a 10-point lead. Diggins couldn't finish it. Out of bounds, going to stay here. Shooting 54% as a team. Diggins, great look. The block from Boston, and then the shot clock violation. But it looked like it had hit the rim, and that's what Nneka Ogwumike is saying. And then Wheeler gets wide open as Kelsey Mitchell got screened. And that's a bucket for Seattle that never should have existed. But they take advantage. Howard on the other end can't finish. Storm looking to push in transition. Wheeler into the corner, and Williams couldn't hang on.
See the
striking out Wheeler. Mitchell will fire. Still can't hit from three. Kelsey Mitchell 0 for 5 from downtown. It's 50% from three. Having an all WNBA type season. Had a great case to make one last season, got a lot of votes, but fell short. You would think she'd make it this season as Wheeler can't finish. Here comes McDonald, 5-on-4 developing. McDonald blasting to the bucket. A little too much on it. Magbagor now. Williams. Directing traffic, wants a screen, gets it from Magbagor, gets it back to her. Magbagor able to finish. Outstanding orchestration there from Gabby Williams, and Indiana needs a timeout.
Gabby Williams on the drop.
Just in case fans are wondering, well, you know, what happens off a deflection from a defensive player if it hits the rim? Shot clock still would reset. It doesn't have to be a shot. As Howard somehow spins that in, plus the foul. In the pro game, in order for the shot clock to reset on a ball that hits the rim. In the pro game, just as 9-point Indiana lead. Howard has 15 points, 7 of 9 from the floor. Low pass, Mitchell digs it up, using her size on McDonald. Here's Magbagor leaving it short. Kelsey, but Indiana has been able to weather it thus far. Here's Cunningham, who has 13. Boston keeps it, dishes, knocked away, out of bounds, 7 to shoot. Arnold leaves it short on the three. Indiana just 3 for 14 from downtown. Knocked away by Howard into the lap of Kelsey Mitchell and Magbagor. And Mitchell hits the free throw. Does that get in? Would combine for that. You'd never think this would be the score. Cunningham again. Sophie Cunningham has tied her season high, 16 points, 4 of 4 from three-point range.
Fantastic.
The pony needed to be on point, and it is, most importantly. Joining Lenny Wilkins as the only immortalized on the logo there. Here. Such a great basketball area. Level. So many legendary careers beginning in the Pacific Northwest. Here's McDonald. Off to Hull, shot clock at 3, finds Howard, her jumper, sure.
That was a terrific defensive possession by Seattle and a way to get a decent look at the end of the shot clock.
17 for Howard. She is 8 for 10 from the floor. Poked away by Hull and out of bounds.
Possession, there wasn't a lot there. Malonga fronting, Aaliyah Boston making no pass able to go into the post, and still great job by Howard. Flashes, catches at the free throw line, and still drains it.
I mean, she just has a knack for spots on the floor, for being a scavenger on putbacks on the glass. Malonga off on a three. McDonald falls in the rebound, pushing pace immediately for Indiana. Here's Cunningham, one more. Not that time. Knocked around, and Magbagor comes down with it. Malonga running the floor, trying to save it, and does. Mitchell lays it in. Here's Duntis. She provided some scoring off the bench in the first half. Catches it on the move and gets fouled on the pass.
Aaron McDonald a little
For Seattle. Duntis fakes the three, the drive, the floater, too strong. Hull a three, off. Howard trying to grab it, and it so often. Here's Malonga on the drive, laying it in with the left hand. Seeing that aspect of the repertoire from the 19-year-old. Stephanie White, as she looked at the way things are condensed in the standings and started to think about, is a 2-seed possible? Is a 3-seed possible? She said no, but the one thing she has focused on with her team is tiebreakers. It was important for them to get one against Vegas a little over a week ago, and now feeling like it's really important to lock that down here against Seattle. Colson couldn't hang on to it. Gabby Williams jumper rims out. Cunningham able to hang on to the board and got fouled, so free throws here for you and I both, as we were flying here yesterday, we're watching Minnesota just absolutely thump in the MVP of the league up until this point.
Certainly one of Minnesota's best games of the year in terms of shooting the basketball from deep on one.
And a travel here, and Minnesota also making
probably their best performance of the season, but certainly adds some toughness, in particular on the defensive end of the floor at the wing position.
10-point Indiana lead as Colson tosses it too tall. A week from today, 12:30 Eastern on ABC, August 10th. First game was another exciting matchup between those teams. Williams with that mid-range jumper. Seattle has not really been able to claw close this third. Boston looking to take the rookie. Boston can't find anything there. Malonga the denial. Ogwumike stops and hits. It's a 6-point game.
Seattle cleared out the left side action.
They lose it on the screen. Diggins alone for the lay. No field goals since then, and it's just a 4-point cushion to begin the fourth. Aaron McDonald, Kelsey Mitchell back in for Indiana as Ogwumike leaves that one short. In Boston,
floor cleared out. It wasn't a two-player game, just a cut by Ogwumike.
Here's Hull into Boston. Off to McDonald, 6 to shoot. McDonald sneaks in, finds the cutter. Howard curls it home on another perfectly timed Natasha Howard cut.
It was cutting towards the basket.
19 for Howard, 7 assists for McDonald. How about Malonga using the size?
Minutes here today for Malonga.
Nice look again, McDonald to Howard with the dart. McDonald. Thrown away, McDonald off the steal, will pedal it up and in through the contact from Williams. And a timeout taken by Noelle Quinn. Big start to the fourth from air.
Early intervention specialization, which is what she wants to do when she gets done playing basketball. She said there is a lot of pressure. She had to do a present.
Paper do right now. Ooh.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Oh. Off. Rebound. Magbagor trying to save it. Everybody falls down except Aaliyah Boston.
Great hustle by Aaliyah Boston initially just to get in there and make that board difficult for Seattle to corral.
Here's Wheeler. Stuck, nearly threw it away. Agwumake can't smush it in. Boston trying to save it. No one was there, and it ends up in a Agwumake layup.
Back-to-back ball when they fell out of bounds.
8-point Indiana lead, seeking a 5th straight win and to lock down the tiebreaker against Seattle. Here's McDonald. Bounces to Boston, center the lane, able to flip it in. It's another double-double for Aaliyah Boston. Her 14th of the season. The foul on Hull gave a little nudge. Not front her in that game. Did not use their athleticism to be disruptive. Our focus was Boston and Mitchell. They've been mostly held in check, but the rest of the Fever have gone off, and the Fever defense has been terrific.
Yeah, just the trap there, making things very difficult for Erica Wheeler. She couldn't see an open player, took time to deliver.
Telling us she's loved the aggression and discipline defensively of late. Back iron it off, and a whistle here against Indiana. Howard, Alicia Clark. Here's Diggins. Got fouled, and Skylar Diggins is going to go to the line. Shoot her 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Liberty able to snap there. Skid with a win against Connecticut today. Sabrina, great atmosphere at Target Center and really great basketball. Diggins. Even if Nafisa Collier has to miss time, Mitchell still can't get it to drop.
Not trapping this half, switching, and still Mitchell unable to get the shot to fall.
Knocked away by McDonald. Bibby, the flick ahead. Mitchell can't lay it in. Here comes Seattle, down 9. 5:45 to go. Good look inside, and Magbagor finishes. Beautiful dish from Gabby Williams. 12 assists for Williams. Here's Mitchell. Cunningham getting ready to check back in, and Diggins got tripped. Looked like it maybe initially should have been a kick.
Are they calling this a transition take foul too?
No, I think just a loose ball foul.
Okay.
For Skylar Diggins, and that's what was being explained to her as she was frustrated. Agwumake can't fit. Here's Mitchell. Good look. Boston finishes plus the foul. A chance for 3 for Aaliyah Boston. After a nice...
It's for her.
It feels like, unofficially, Indiana has more from 3, but they've had a lot of and ones. Agwumake, loose handle, lost it. Mitchell up with it, running with McDonald and Boston. Boston gets free and finishes. Timeout, Seattle. Lead back to 12 for Indiana. And Boston has the last 9 Fever points. Indiana. And when she's been good, they've generally won. Malunga, great set out of the timeout from Noelle Quinn and the Seattle coaching staff. And an easy bucket on the interior. Malunga in double figures off the bench. Here's Cunningham, who's 4 for 5 from 3 today. Boston has the last 9 Fever points. Bibby jumper is off. An opportunity for Agwumake. Plotting, stopping, and hitting. And now Stephanie White wants a timeout. 8-point game with just under 4 minutes to go.
Indiana came out with a smaller
Donald, who's been great today on both ends. Off to Mitchell, a 3. Short. Kelsey Mitchell now 1 for 13 from the floor as Howard knocks that pass away. Mitchell 0 for 8 shots from their storm. Been a tough day offensively for them. Wheeler, big one on the way here. Is good. Five-point game, 7-0 Seattle run. Boston, no. Here comes Wheeler. Wheeler weaving, dishing. Malunga gives it up. Wheeler backing away with Boston honor. And a whistle away from the ball against Indiana. That is going to be there because Indiana has felt like they've really had control of this since they took the lead for good with 3. And Agumake has cut it to 4 as she misses the second free throw. And 8-0. Last 5 minutes of game time. Only Aaliyah Boston has scored for Indiana. Here's Mitchell behind the back in traffic, and it goes out of bounds off of Seattle. McDonald floats it back to Cunningham. 7 to shoot. Off of McDonald into the backcourt. Shot clock down to 3, and it's out of bounds. Over, it got out of bounds. And the violation will give Seattle the opportunity. Wheeler misses the banker, not a great shot there. Donald has it picked. Diggins on the steal, and Skylar Diggins misses the layup. Malunga misses the follow, but then Diggins! And a chance for 3. An 11-0 burst from Seattle, and feels like it came out of nowhere. Indiana lead. And nearly another steal. I get the feeling at some point the Fever are going to need Kelsey Mitchell to hit a shot. Will take one here and hit. Mitchell had been 1 for 13 before that make. Here's Malunga. Guarded by Howard. Malunga, the touch is off. The rebound to Howard. Diggins pestering. Here is Mitchell. Mitchell dancing, giving it up. Under 1.5 minutes to go. Boston back to Mitchell. Her 3. Off. Malunga the rebound. Seattle. Agumake. Using the screen out to Diggins. A 3. Can't hit. Malunga the board. Williams cross court. Diggins, another chance. Back iron and off. 2 chances to tie, but Diggins couldn't hit. Around the screen, back to Boston. Boston to McDonald. Off on a 3. Rebound to Agumake, and a timeout taken by Seattle with 35.8 to later this regular season. Wheeler to inbound. Here is Diggins. Diggins trying to get away from the trap to the corner. Wheeler, no! Rebound batted out of bounds. Looked like Boston hit it last. And it will stay with Seattle with 26 seconds remaining. It's a tie, just haven't hit him. Wheeler goes down, no call. Here's Diggins. Diggins back to Agumake, another 3. Back iron and off. Williams the O board. Still time for Seattle. Dump it in, Malunga turning, taking, and hitting. It's a 1-point game, 10.7 to go. She has trouble with the inbound. Cunningham gets it into Mitchell. Mitchell dancing to the cup, lays it in. 3-point Indiana lead, and now Seattle will use its reset, which gives me a chance to ask you, would you foul if you're Indiana up 3? Seattle down 3, now out of timeouts. Williams has to get it in. Here is Wheeler, gives it back. Williams a 3, off. Rebound Boston, gets it to Cunningham, and Indiana hangs on. A 5th straight victory for the Fever. Now will they call a foul on Seattle before time expires? Seal this thing, and there you go. Seattle is out of timeouts. They don't have their reset. Williams, the rebound, and that will do it. The Fever hang on for a 5th straight victory. In Washington, a matchup between enough about Erin McDonald, the job she has done to jump it up.